Good morning, everybody. My name is Ravi, or you may call me Ravi, and I am from Cambodia. As you can see here, Cambodia, and this is our national flag with like a temple symbols on it. So in Cambodia, Cambodia is like located in Southeast Asia. It's right here. So it's really small, so I had to zoom like from the Google Maps in order to see the map here. So it's we share our borders with Thailand, Vietnam, and Laos. And if any of you have a chance to go to Cambodia, you would see like this kind of like transportations you can see here. Like this is the Buddhist monks, and this is normally how they travel from one place to another. It's like a bicycle, but instead of 2 wheels, we have like 3 wheels, so that they can put like more weight on this type of transportations. And also along the roads and like even on the highways or in the cities, you can see it's a lot of like these motorbikes with a lot of stuff behind it, and sometimes you can also see like 3 or 4 people sit behind one driver, and that's like might be really interesting if you just have a chance to look at the ways people live. It's not like in Iowa it would be illegal, right? If you yeah. And then this is like some of the villages. You guys have like cars and maybe nice bicycles, but in Cambodia, like this is like one of like some kids, they go to school, like they use the motorbikes with the 3 wheels also. So it's like a lot of kids will sit behind, and then the fathers would drive there. But this is not one from one family, but it's just like it's like the driver is like a volunteer who volunteer to drive all those kids to go to school. And the uniforms of the students would be white collars and blue trousers or blue skirts for the girls. And Cambodia is it's a agricultural country. We have about we have about 70% of the populations are farmers. So you can see here, this is our ways to to work on the rice field. I think in Iowa you guys have like big trucks, and it's like mostly you guys growing corns and stuff, but for like most of the time you guys grows for animals. But in Cambodia we grow rice, and because we eat rice back home every day, morning, lunch, and dinner. So most of the time we eat rice with food, with fries. Yeah. And this is the ways that normally only male they do this one, like preparation the rice field before we grow the rice crops in Cambodia. And in Cambodia is this temple is a historical temple. It's really famous. It's one of the 7 wonders in the world in 2002. I'm not so sure, but it's about 1,000 years old, and it's really big. A lot of tourists went there. And if you go, thank you. And if you go inside the temple, you would see all these statues. And these statues, they instead of writing, because during that time, it was like the language was hard to keep like history in Cambodia. So instead, they make it into statues. And then you see along the walls of the temple that I have just showed you, you would see it's like all these things, like for example these pictures represent like one of the traditional dances, and then these people represent like the history of Cambodia, like when they went to wars between other countries during that time. So yeah, and not only that, we can see also it's like the smiles of the represent of the god, and then this is the king during that time. So instead of like drawing pictures, so they make it on the walls with the clay. And this is one of our traditional clothes and dances. You can see here with the beautiful clothes, shiny clothes, and typically like females, they dress up like this, and male, we dress up like this. If you can see it clearly from behind there. And also this is one of our national costumes also. Typically like when we go to like a festival, national festival or religious festival, you would, like the female would dress up like this, like beautiful and clean and nice clothes. You know that like, it's just like one way to respect the religions and like to shows that we are national, like we are very like respectful to our countries. And this is inside the classroom in Cambodia. We don't have iPads, we don't have like nice chairs. We just have like wooden chairs and wooden desks. And actually this is my pictures. It was taken in 2000 and I think in 2002 or something like that. So the females would sit on one side and male would sit on one side, because in Cambodia male and females, like students, are not allowed to touch hands or hold hands. So we had to sit like separately between one another. And the language in Cambodia is very complicated and also interesting. We have, this is our consonant, and this is our vowels. So in our consonant we also have like females and male pronunciations. So the male would go ah and male would go So it's, if there's no marker. I could have written like some names if there was the markers. Yeah. And the foods in Cambodia, normally we eat like spicy food. It's like, you know, it's not like Thai food. Thai food is really spicy, but in Cambodia it's like medium foods, and normally we eat with rice. Yeah. And here you can see here, this is how where like normally we eat like this with spoons or with spoons and a fork, and then the rice here, if you eat with like something else. This one is like baked eggs. So it's like, about the language, I want to go back to the language a little bit. The language, my name is Ravi. I would write like, would be, yeah, it's really complicated. And what's your name? Skylar. And Skylar would be,
It looks like art, you know?
yeah, Skylar. And Skylar would be like this. Then, yeah, and let me take one more. And you know, in the United States, when you greet somebody, normally you would shake hands and say thank you. But in my country, we have like different ways to say thank you, like according to your age or your position. For you, it's like for friends, for example, if somebody is like the same age as me, I would say like thank yous like this. And then for your teachers or somebody who educate you, and then you would go a little bit higher. So like the different levels of respect. Like the higher, the more respect. So and then when you go with your parents or somebody's like your guardians or your grandparents, anybody in the families who are like older than you, and then you would go to until your nose. But then when you go to like religious festivals, like when you want to greet like Buddhist monks, you would go up to until your eyebrow. And then, but you know, but once you greet the king of Cambodia, and then you would go high, because we believe like the king is has like more powers than like what we believe. So that's how like that's what we believe in our respects, and the different levels of sayings like thank yous to other people. Saying thank yous or hellos, we will do the same in Cambodia. So that's what Cambodia is. And yeah, and if I want to compare between Cambodians and Iowa or Waverly's, I think people are very, it's like because we are kind of like farmers, so I think we have like pretty much similar ideas, but like our ways of living are so much different. So in Cambodia, the kids are like every mornings they would like wake up in the morning because our school start at 7 in the morning. So we would wake up at 6 o'clock and then help the family to clean the house or to, to take care of the animals, and then they go home. And yeah, so technically it's like Cambodia is like still a very poor country with a lot of kids who don't really have chance to go to schools or like to get education and stuff. So actually you guys are really lucky. So when I came here, I saw it's like the education here is so much different from back home. So I just got a chance to come here and to study in the US for 4 years. I think coming here is a great chance to reach my futures as well. So yeah, that basically is this is like just a common knowledge about Cambodia. So if you have any questions, you may ask.
Thank you so much. I think what we'll do, you guys, is if it's okay with Jenna, today in class,